Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on June 19th, 2025 using the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. We're starting out with a quick look at my June monthly spread. You're going to see that nothing is really checked off on here, and I still don't have the amounts for my 2025 savings challenge listed in the Sunday column because I'm actually filming this video quite early. I'm filming it on June 4th, right after filming my budget with me for the paycheck I received on June 5th. So nothing is checked off on here yet because I'm future filming this. We are going to be covering all of the bills that are listed here in June, as well as some in early July. So let's flip forward to my paycheck budget tracker. We're going to zoom on in to take a look at this. And the first thing we're going to take a peek at is my inflow section. I've been budgeting my inflow to be $3,200 for the entirety of 2025, and it's working out really well for me. I got a raise at the end of 2024, but my contribution to my retirement accounts also went up early in 2025. So those things kind of balanced each other out, which is why I didn't change this inflow section from 2024 to 2025. We do have quite a few bills that we're going to be paying with this paycheck. We have Netflix, which I'm budgeting $20 for, Verizon, which I'm budgeting $170, my church contribution at $20, my non-net student loan payment at $400, and my rent at $600. Now, I do have federal student loans, which are actually on hold. I thought payments were supposed to start at one point in May, and then my account said they were starting in August. And last time I looked at it, it said they were not starting until November. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I am actively trying to pay down my student loans because it's the only source of debt I have right now. And I'd like my debt to be as low as possible prior to purchasing a home. I am still actively looking for a home. I'm just not having any luck, but having my student loans be as minimal as they can definitely makes me feel better about my potential future mortgage. So I am paying on it every single month. I'm putting extra towards it when I can, but I am trying to balance that with the fact that my employer is helping me pay towards my student loan right now. And I don't want to pay off my student loans before I've gotten the full contribution that they're willing to make. If we add all of my bills together, it does equal $1,210. And if I subtract that from the $3,200 we're budgeting my income to be, we have $1,990 that we're bringing down to the variable expense section. Now, I always have the same variable expenses and the same budgeted amounts here. I have groceries at $250, eating out at $75, gas at $75, and miscellaneous at $150. If we add all of these together, it does equal $550. And if I subtract that from the $1,990 we were left with after bills, I have $1,440 that we're going to bring over to the savings goals or sinking fund section. Now, with my last pay period, I contributed to my final 2025 sinking fund that had a monetary goal. And so the only sinking funds we have left here are my rolling sinking funds. These don't have a monetary goal. I contribute to them every single pay period, no matter what, because they are envelopes that I am constantly taking money out of, or that I'm just building and building and building without any type of monetary cutoff. So giving has a contribution of $50, and I pull money out of here, probably every few months to make donations. Household is getting 20. I pull out of this envelope quite a bit to buy household items. Home maintenance is getting 100. I have not pulled out of this envelope because I don't currently own a home. This is a little bit of like a emergency fund or a cash fund related to home maintenance things, like when I need my gutters cleaned, if I want to have somebody do my fall cleaning for me, if I need something done to my furnace, that kind of stuff that might pop up unexpectedly or that is home maintenance related. If I can have a cushion there prior to purchasing a home. I want to have it, and I do fortunately have a few $1,000s in this sinking fund, and I'm just going to keep contributing to it. Baby is another one that, I'm not obviously spending from right now because I don't have a baby. To be totally honest, I'm not 100% sold on the idea of having a baby. We'll see if it ever happens, but I haven't completely ruled it out, which is why I do still have this envelope and I am still contributing to it. If I do ever get to the point where I decide a kid is not something I'm going to be doing in the future, having in the future, I will move this money to somewhere else. Travel, I am putting $400 towards that. That's more than its usual 100, and I'm doing that because I have upcoming trips later this year for a bachelorette party and for a wedding that I know I'm going to be spending money on. And then personal is getting $30. I do spend out of this envelope, but honestly not super regularly. I mainly save for my haircuts out of here. I keep saying I want to go for a facial. I just haven't had that happen yet. If I ever do that, it would come out of here. All of this money added together does equal $630. And if I subtract that from the 1440 we were left with after bills and variable expenses, we have 810. And that's a good amount of money, but not a ton. And so I'm not going to be splitting it between my student loan and my savings because of the fact that I did make a student loan payment with this pay period. So all 810 is going towards my house savings, leaving us with $0 left over. Now, quickly, we're just going to take a look at my cash envelope breakdown. Nothing too exciting happening here. I have my eating out, gas, and miscellaneous envelopes listed here. I do largest denominations possible, but I do keep in mind that I pull for my 2025 savings challenge out of my miscellaneous envelope, which is why it's getting its 150 in 250s, 220s, and 25s for this pay period. In terms of my sinking funds, it's always largest denominations possible. And then for rent, I always do it in 300s and 650s. All of this added together does equal $1,530, which is what you're going to see me stuff into my envelopes when I post my cash envelope stuffing for this pay period. And that's going to be it for this budget with me. It feels really good to be beyond sinking funds, or at least 2025 sinking funds at this point, to be able to use that little bit of extra cash towards other things. I'm definitely going to start saving for my 2026 sinking funds early, but not quite yet, probably towards the end of the summer. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments about the way that I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook, the Budget by Paycheck method, any of the other products that I use, how I budget in general, please do not hesitate to put a comment down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye bye.